Hello everyone, this is Cameron Kanczuzewski, and today I'm going to go over my changes to my project during Module 5 for level design, and I have my level here, Happy Campers. I'm also going to showcase my changes to documentation for this week's assignment, just because I want to show that in the video. Why not? Anyway, so Professor Gerard, I changed pretty much everything that you told me to change. I'm pretty sure, at least, because I changed everything I remembered. But I'm pretty sure I got everything. I changed the way. Let me look. I gotta start somewhere from the beginning. I changed these. I changed the shadow color for this to a green color. So now, when you're inside of it, the whole world is green, and I think that should add more clarity to the player that yeah, you're inside this bush and also you're safe, and now there's no confusion of like, okay, I can go from this bush to this tree and be okay, uh like you were talking about. I changed the arrow icon colors to I changed that material to blue, which was not a hard fix. That was fine. So I did that. Then I added a sign here. I decided to go with just a sign for the moment. I could always, if you really want me to fix it and add something different, I can just add a railing. If you want, I just thought maybe a sign would be good. I thought maybe that would fix that issue, because I think now if I show you, well, I can't show you now because if I play the game, it's going to go through the whole thing. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to spoil that yet. I'll show you that in a second. Anyway, I think that this arrow is pretty clear, hopefully, and if not, I could just add the railing in. I also added this in here. It kind of makes it clear that once the player gets here that they know, okay, I got to go down here and not just a drop, you know. So now it's very clear that the player has to go down here, I think. And then from here, there's that arrow right there. And then the player is not able to jump up here and just leave the level. So once they're in here, they're stuck unless they go through the gate. So yeah, from here, the player goes here, through here. And I changed some things here. I added this arrow, and it points over here. I just basically moved the one that was over here and moved it here. So that way now when you're done and you come out here, you'll see the arrow from right here. You'll see it right there, and it'll be moving. So that way you know, okay, I got to go back that way. So there's really hardly any way I can see anyone missing that. So you'd have to see it. I also changed the layout of this a bit. Yeah, I changed it a bit. I changed this enemy, made him move less, like rotate less. So you'll see he doesn't have much of a range anymore. In fact, he's more guarding this road than he is guarding this door. So he's not going to be able to block you from going over this bush. I also added these trees here because I don't really, although it's cool, and I think it's cool that the player can go back here, and that's still an option, I prefer to navigate the player down this road again. And then they can go here and then back. So that's what I'm doing there. I slowed down the camera animation, and right now this bush is in a perfect spot, I think, so that way you can just go from here to here. There's still like a perfect timing for it, but these two, the camera and the enemy, don't really overlap as much anymore. Is there anything else? You brought up the fact that this on the character, the honey jar, when that is on the player and you see it, it blocks the player's view when they're jumping down here. And so I fixed that. I just added the honey jar to the camera, so that way now it follows the camera instead of just staying in place the whole time. So that makes it easier for the player to jump. Other than that, I believe that is it. I'm sure I've changed more than that though. Ah, man. Oh, I fixed these lights. You wanted me to fix those lights, so I fixed those. I couldn't get them to work, so I just had to leave them and completely restart with the lights because it just would not work. And this is weird. Why is it like that? There. Leave that there. Cool. So, lastly, I've already started adding in my spike traps, and they're already finished, I'd say. These don't move. These ones just sit here. They're just there to spice things up, and then that way you don't know which ones are going to fall. These play sound effects, and these fall and kill the player, and they are different speeds, and then they play sounds in proximity, so that way they don't play the whole time, and you can still hear them, and they trigger at the right time. So these triggers, I think this one is the this sound. This trigger is for one sound, and this trigger is for another one. This one, this bottom one, is for the falling sound, and this one is for like a crunchy sound that like signifies that, oh, something just broke off the ceiling and is falling down at you. So these two, I have 3 of these spike traps right now, and I might add more later if you decide that I need more. I think for right now this is not bad. I think this is pretty good. They're not guaranteed to kill the player, but they're just another thing to worry about and keep your mind on. So, and then they have a pattern to them as well, like you mentioned. So this one falls in between, here, in between these 2 platforms. This one falls onto the platform, which I like. And I did that thing with the shadow where I have a cylinder here. It's got a shadow color, shadow material on it. And I have an animation on that along with this. So that way, when it falls, the shadow grows and it looks like it's falling. I also added, there's a trigger here to end the level right here. I added a condition and a variable to check for if the player has the jar of honey. So if the player doesn't have the jar of honey, then it doesn't end the level. So that's fixed now. It ensures that the player has to go get the honey first now before ending the level. So my trap's in place. Unless you want me to fix some major things, I'm pretty sure this is it. Like, this is my trap, and I have it in my documentation too. And I'm gonna update that and change that. I already did that. I already updated it and changed it. Anyways, I think there's nothing else for me to bring up. I have not at this point added the checkpoint system. I'm going to refer back to the Zoom video and try and get that done. And if not, I'll get it done by next week, and I'll be in. So I hope that's okay. But I'll definitely get it done hopefully next week, and then that'll be good, and then the checkpoint system will be good. So I think the only thing I didn't add that you asked me to do was the checkpoint system, just to clarify. But other than that, everything's good. So let me play. Wait, did it? Yeah, let me just play. Here. So this you can hear the sound effects. And I tried to find a non-goofy sound effect, but that was the best I could find. And that was really it. So, yeah. I think they add to the ambiance of the cave quite a lot. The one thing is there's a trigger here that triggers... I have to probably add the still to the sound effect that plays. In fact, I could just switch it up how I have it set up. But there's another trigger here that starts a sound effect. So that's the only thing that plays. So there's that sound effect. But that's the only thing that plays. So like when you walk up here, that's all that happens. So let me continue. So like when I get close to these, the sound gets louder. You can see the shadow. It gets bigger. That one just falls. This one is a dangerous one. And it comes in. And so there's sound cues. And this has a pattern, of course. And there's also the shadow on here on the platform to tell the player, hey, this is going to kill you. So don't get killed. Don't stand there. And my idea is like, I can't do this right now because I don't know how to do it exactly. But my idea is that this would fall and shatter here, and then yeah, then the player could jump. So that falls. I can go, and you can see all those like immediately, for the most part, especially like through when the camera goes through the level. So I'm just gonna play through this one more time and showcase everything here. So much easier to see everything in here when it's green. So I definitely agree with that. That was a good change. Knock this thing over. Blue is also a very good color to change things to, because it's the only color that's not really being used, and so it's a lot clearer than using green for the arrows. And this sign is lit up, so I think that also makes it very clear that, hey, you gotta go down here instead of that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down here. But yeah, I like that sign. It definitely helped a lot. Maybe I'll add more of those. So I'm gonna go down this way. Just gonna check. That guy's watching me. Going over here. Cutscene plays. And this pattern for the enemy and the camera is a lot better. Now, if the player wanted to, they could also go over here. And this would also be an option to just go through here, which is fine. Or you can just go down the road. That also works. So I'm going to go here. So once he goes, pretty sure I can go. Yeah, I can go here. And if I wanted to, I can keep going. Depends on the timing. Now, of course, the trick is getting out of here. Oh, okay, that's going to spot me. So that guy over here is blocking the path, but you'll see that he doesn't have very much range. At least not as much. So here I am. Like he's more on this side. He's like blocking this path more. I mean, so there's this arrow here that guides me back over here. So let me go through here. Oh, and also, yeah, I just want to point out that it moves with the camera now, so that's way better. So it's always in the right position, and that way when you look down, you can actually see where you're gonna jump. So that's nice. Where's this? Oh, right here. Alright, I'm going through. Oh, literally almost just got that. Or literally is not the right word for that, but you know what I mean. So here we go. I'm going to go through the cave. Now, of course, I got to really watch out for these spikes falling down. And from here, especially, it's really clear where they are. And this shadow helps with this one, so you can definitely tell from the shadow. And here we go. Game over. 1. Alright, so that's that. And Professor Gerard, if you have any other feedback that you'd like me to address or anything you'd like me to add, just let me know. I'll address it. But I'm pretty sure besides the checkpoint system that everything's in. And again, I'm just going to have to refer back to the Zoom video for the checkpoint system to make sure that works. So, and now I'm going to go to the documentation that I changed. First, I'm going to go to the map. Sorry, this takes a second. Excuse me, I have hiccups. Okay, so all I did was add these spike, or I made this too. I made this icon, not a big deal, just a small little icon. I created these icons and added them to the key here, the level key. Didn't have much space, so I just threw them on the side here. And I just added them to the positions where they were on the map. So that's where they are. So that's I updated my level map. That's where they are. I think that I can close that out, and I can open this up. Didn't have much to change here either, because it's mostly just. Wait, whoa. Oh, here. Okay, open on this monitor. It's mostly just updating one section of the walkthrough, so it wasn't that big a deal. Oh, I also changed some things here because failure conditions. I didn't add thorn bushes, so I got rid of that and threw falling spikes in here instead and added that. Maybe thorn bushes can be added later, or maybe they don't need to be added at all. But yeah, we'll see. Where did I add it? I think I added it right here in this section. The player will also need to watch out for and avoid falling spikes from the ceiling, which will kill the player and start the level over. So that's in the walkthrough. That's right here in the platforming section. And that explains the gameplay. And that is that. So that was all I changed. I may or may not need a diagram. If you think I need to do a falling spike diagram, let me know and I can do that too. But so far, this is what I've got, and I'm pretty happy with it. If there's anything I need to change, please let me know. If there's anything I need to change to get an A on this, I would, I'd like to hear it, whatever that is, because I could try my best to add that, whatever it is. If it's the checkpoint system or anything else, just let me know, and I'll try and, try and fix that. Other than that, that's it. I'm pretty sure. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. Bye bye.